Yo, Shalom Yashala. This is the war with Winnipeg GMS. I'm out here in Nunavut, which is I think it's few hours from the Arctic Circle, and there's no It's actually 10 o'clock right now, exactly around 10 o'clock right now. A lot of mosquitoes. I gotta try to manage with all these damn mosquitoes swarming around me. But yeah, it's 10 o'clock right now. The Earth. The Earth is. We know that the Earth isn't flat because look at what's going on over here. I'm pretty much a couple hours from the North Pole, maybe 10 hours from the North Pole, and a lot of Gadites out here. They say they call them Inuit or Eskimos, but I know that these people are Jakes out here, man. Why? Because personal testimony from a woman that I spoke to. She said, the curses that our people in America suffer under. Yeah, well, you know what? Let me first off enter into giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who will, and much love and salutation, you brothers out there pushing truth to four corners in sincerity, man. I'm out here in Nunavut. Like I said, what is it? About 10 hours from from the North Pole, and Gad's suffering under the same curses than Judah, than Benjamin, than Levi, than the northern tribes, man. A lot of this is a dry town. A dry town is where they don't sell any alcohol, but whatever they could get their hands on out here, people make. I heard people make moonshine out here. One thing that's very prevalent here is in this untouched kind of area of the world. There's a lot of natural gas. There's a lot of gold out here, a lot of silver, and the reason why Esau's trying to help these people develop is because he could get something out of them, man. Right? He's exploiting them. He's gonna educate their children. And we know when it comes to education, the women are really much more sold over to that. Because when I was in high school, I wasn't really given too much into education. I appreciated it at that point, but it didn't drive me, man, to push to get straight A's. I wasn't an F student by all means, but to get straight A's and be an ass kisser and go hard for Esau, man. That wasn't my spirit, man. Every time there was a test, I was never I never studied. I just figured, I'll pass anyways, man. Natural intelligence, man. Common sense. But I got a script here. This is in the book of Sirach. Let me get that in Sirach over here. It says, this is Sirach chapter 12 and 14. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. And the thing about our people is they won't acknowledge who their enemy is, man. You see Esau right now, he's got an enemy. His enemy is the Taliban or Ishmael, all right? Or in the time of the Cold Wars, the Russians, and the other wars, it was Japan, and so on and so forth, man. But our people seem never to actually have an enemy, man. The scriptures say in the book of Romans, the scriptures say, love working no ill towards your neighbor. And what I see out here is exploitation. I see people being taken advantage of. I see mischief, man. This is all mischief out here, man. God exploiting the poor, man. He oppresses the poor and his heritage, because I know that the formal way of the people up here, the way they lived, wasn't like this, and a lot of the Gadites out in Winnipeg and throughout Canada and North America, and even Central America, they didn't live like that initially, man. They didn't wear the white man's clothing, the white man's garments. They didn't speak the white man's language, or Esau's language, I should say. They had their own way of life. That's why the Most High divided the nations, and he divided onto them different languages, okay, and cultures, man. But this is Sirach chapter 12 and 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, yet take good heed of him." So here it is. Esau is pretty much, in agreement with Gad. They come to an agreement to develop their schools, build their schools from out here, teach. I'm sure they're gonna teach the white man's way, and teach their children to be rebellious, right? Not following after their old ways, which their old ways is already corrupt, because they be eating raw seals. Well, you know what, that was the Eskimos, but these people don't like being called Eskimo because the word Eskimo goes back to raw meat eaters of seals and stuff like that, or beluga whales, whatever it may be. But the people here aren't. Their diet's all messed up. The diabetes is rampant out here. I believe suicide out here is not too crazy like the Attawapiskat, but suicide is an issue out here, man. Esau's so wicked. It shows you that just because a cracker donates money to a Jake fund, whether it may be education or helping out the poverty, or building some kind of structure for the community. You always have corporations out there that are spending billions and billions of dollars to destroy our people. And just because you got a few hundred maybe Edomites donating money to help a certain cause, that don't mean shit, man. You're pretty much fighting against the course of the waters, man. Because what the scriptures say about the wicked, they were created for the day of evil, man. So you're not gonna go against your own. You're not gonna change anything. You're not gonna change the course of the curses. All right. You're not gonna change the fact that we're enemies from birth. All right. This is Sirach chapter 12 and 11. "Though he humbleth himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed of him, and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped away a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away." And that's the thing about Esau, man. He's a two-faced, man. Like Two-Face in the movie Batman, right? Two-Face was literally two-faced, man. Esau will be your friend one day, as long as, like the scriptures say, an enemy cannot be known in prosperity. Now Esau's got something he can get from these people, man. He could get natural gas out here. He could get gold, silver, coal, right? Oil, on tap oil. They say Russia's around the North Pole out here, if I'm not mistaken, and they're drilling for oil right now. So that tells you that Russia's taking advantage of not the Inuits, because they don't believe they're living all the way out there, but there's untapped mineral resources out here, and Esau's trying to take advantage, man. He's always been taking advantage. Going into the book of Psalms, man, whose belly thou fillest without hidden treasures, man. Okay, all the riches of the world, man. That's what Esau has. And this is going down in the verse 11. It says, "And though he be unto and thou shalt be unto him as if thou wiped away a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away." It says, "Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overtaken thee, he stand up in thy place." And that's what happened in Canada. Who's sitting up in Gad's place? The white man. Okay, who's sitting out in Gad's place out here, man? Okay, eventually Esau's gonna be out here, man, building houses, maybe in more flatter lands out here. But Esau's gonna be out here, man, if he continues another 100 years. All of Canada was inhabited by Gad and Reuben and Issachar and the other Latin tribes. And who's standing in their place now in the place on the sides of the north? Esau is, man. It says, "Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overtaken thee, he stand up in thy place." Which what? He removed the ancient landmarks, man. "Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and though thou art at the last, remember my words, and be pricked therewith." Right? So the words of the Lord are a warning, man. and it's a way of it teaches us how to conduct ourselves, how to interact, how to be aware and not be suckered into any situation, right? Not being a not being a bitch. It teaches us to be a man, okay, to gird up our loins like a man, right? It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?" And who's that serpent, man? That's the sly talking man, though. In the book of Genesis, I believe it's Nachaash, and it means a sly talking man. A man that has a double tongue. Okay, that's the same serpent that's here today. Like Gad always said, man, the white man speaketh with snake tongue, and that's pretty much what that serpent was in the book of Genesis, man. It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten?" And you can't charm the white man. Okay, one day you might be making money. You might be making money, right? But at the end of the day, man, you're using his money, and you're gonna also fall under his rules eventually, man. Because, you know, especially when this Mark of the Beast is coming out, right? It says, here's the point, verse 17. Let me keep going here. It says, "So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?" And who's defiled with the white man? Our people are defiled with the white man. They worship the white man's images, which is a corruption of life, idolatry. Okay, they follow his ways. Yo, up here, like back in the Cold War, what they used to spread diplomacy? Coca-Cola. Okay, if you had Coca-Cola in your country, you're most likely friends of America, because Coca-Cola is an American-made product. Out here, Gad is heavy on Coke. You could get a 6-pack of Coke for like $50, man. Okay, or 12, or but you know what's I think it's a 12-pack, but it's unbelievable the prices out here, man. And Gad out here, all they eat is what's really selling out here is chips, which is a bunch of salt, and Coca-Cola, man. And I'm sure they consume that more often than they consume water, man. Which they're made 75, 85, 80% water out here, right? And they want to consume Coca-Cola. That's why diabetes is so rampant out here, man. It says, "So one that goeth to a sinner is defiled with him in his sins, and who will pity?" And who's gonna pity, man? The Lord sends us out here to warn our people, and if they don't heed on to the warning, man, when they get what they deserve, we're not gonna sit there and cry over them, man. Well, you ain't gonna find me at one of their funerals, man. Like a dude back in the world, his sister was wicked as hell, and I cursed him out, and I told him, man, may the Most High destroy you and your sister, man. The Most High took his sister out like a week later, man. And I gave praises unto the Most High because I understood judgment. His woman was his sister was an adulteress, man, a wicked adulteress, man. Okay, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Okay, and who will pity, man? I didn't pity her, man. Okay, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry, man, and he won't tarry. He won't tarry. He ain't gonna help you out, man. And that's the purpose of Esau right now. That's how he gained the powers of the world, man. That's how he gained control of the world. Through taking advantage of people, man. Okay, in the weak state. Our people are lost sheep, as the Lord said. Okay, lost sheep having no shepherd, and the white man sees that. He knows that, man. The white man knows who we are as a people. Gad out here, one of the Inuit women, or men, sorry, he said that he knows that his people are the same people down in the southern areas of Canada and stuff like that, man. He knows that he's Native American, because Esau go around telling you, oh, these Inuits are this people, and they're from Asia, and these are the Chinese. They came over here from Siberia, some bullshit. No, these people are Gadites, man. These people are Gadites. The sun doesn't go out here, man. It doesn't go down out here. Okay, it's still over here, man. It's and so that's probably if it's 10. What part of the world would be lit up? But that's for another subject. But he knows that he's Native American, man. Okay, to show you that the Inuits, okay, I'll say Inuit, they're Gadites. Okay, it says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And into a pit is what, man? Throwing Gad into the ghettos, Judah into the ghettos, Latin American tribes in the favela area, in the poor neighborhoods, while the more the Spaniards, okay, that live in Latin America, they're living in the nice neighborhoods, man. Go check out who's having a good time in Venezuela and in those extravagant parties out there, man. Okay, Edomites, man. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, okay, because what the scriptures say, that the wicked man will cry at every point and every time he needs to, okay, pull tears out, give kisses onto you, like the scriptures say, kisses are deceptive, right? But if he find opportunity, and what happened? Wasn't Yahushua kissed by Judas, and Judas betrayed him, right? It says, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And that's what happened at the time of the Oka incident out there in Quebec, when they took the land and changed it into a damn golf course. Okay, Esau's a damn devil, man. What he needs to do to continue his rulership is keep the division and keep our people in under subjection, being lost, not knowing who we are as a nation. Because once we find out who we are as a nation, man, you can't stop us once we call on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You can't stop us, man. Okay? You know, yo, man. This place is messed up out here, man. Yo, there's hell's probably going down here every day. I hear somebody over there yelling for help, man. You know? But it says, if adversity come unto thee, thou shalt find him there first. Okay? You're going to find him there first, man. Here's you're going through hell, and all of a sudden you see Esau coming out of the freaking woodworks like he's coming out to help you, man. You know? It says, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee, man. And that's what they do, man. They come and they bring their police and say, you know, we're trying to keep order here. We're trying to keep order here. Next thing you know, you find yourself in a damn prison, man. Okay, in a damn what do you call it? Residential school, man. Oh, Esau's trying to help us out. Okay, but you find your children in residential school getting molested and getting turned out, becoming homosexuals and lesbians, man. That's how wicked these crackers are, man. And we can't wait until Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Most High, sends His Son to deliver us, man. Because the scriptures say that I don't want to write this. I'll grab that scripture, but it says, if adversity come unto thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee, and will shake his head and clap his hands, and whisper much, and change his countenance. Okay, he's gonna clap his hands, he's gonna nod his head. Like you guys, like, you know, shame you, man. Okay? He's gonna shame you, man. You know? And whisper much and change his countenance, man. To show you he ain't your friend, man. Esau's not your friend out here, man. You know? One thing about Gad is out here is this land is such a I think it's like a tundra. When it snows, it's like a snow desert out here. Right? And Gad takes advantage of the herbs that are growing off the ground here, man. They say it's really, you know, some of these flowers out here, they be eating some of these flowers. And Gadite woman told me they're really good for you, man. They know the, you know, being in such a frigid area or place to live, rocky, and there are no trees for, like, I don't see a tree for miles out here, man. God takes advantage, man, to show you that they got something special about them, man. But this is the book of I don't want to make this too long, but this is I believe it's Isaiah. It says Isaiah chapter 51 and 14. It says, the captive exile hasteth that he may be loosed, and that he shall not die in the pit. And what's that pit? The tribe that Esau set us, man. The pit is live in the ghettos. Yo, live in the Caribbean islands, man. That's a damn pit out there, man. Okay, yeah, it's so-called paradise, but yo, your neighbor's trying to, you know, take what's yours, the other neighbor's trying to have commit adultery with your woman, okay, and they're just it's crabs in the bucket, man. That's pretty much what it is. Dog eat dog, man. You know, but the your neighbor beside you is just as poor as you are, man. You know, it says and that he shall not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail. Okay, our bread shall fail. Yo, we pray that our bread doesn't fail in the day of famine, man. And the main bread is Yahweh Shai, man. He said he's the bread that coming from heaven. So we pray that he doesn't fail with using being our intercessor, man, with Yahweh. All right, giving us, being our help. Okay, being our strength, man. Okay, our stay and our staff. You know. And in closing, giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors to apostles and elders, great Muslim who were well in laboring, man. Like the elders are they're the greatest examples in the earth of men who are fervent for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. We take them for a great example, man. And it's encouraging to see that, man. And much love to you, brothers, the pushing shoot at four corners. And sincerity, pushing this word, all right, for Yahweh Shai, staying stiffly for the word, man. Shalom.